Pup and Bear Travels. I'm Dan.
I'm Bob.
And today we're going to discuss our plans for this year, 2023.
Yeah, what we've got coming up for the channel, what else we're planning on doing,
Yep.
things like that.
Yeah, there may be some stuff that we can discuss that isn't necessarily travel related as well, because we're trying to branch out a bit. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this and it'll encourage you to subscribe and watch on along for the rest of our vlogs. So, what have we got booked for this year, Bob?
Absolutely nothing. No, one thing. We've got one thing booked so far.
Yes.
For March.
Yeah, but really we haven't done any major plans yet. So yeah, we're just kind of seeing how things go for the minute. And we're not doing Disney World.
No Disney World Florida this year. No. Partly because the flights are just prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, and because we had 2 last year as well, that was quite expensive, so we're kind of like putting it off this year.
Yeah, because we went in the February 2022, which was paid for before COVID.
Yep.
And then we joined DVC while we were out there, as your regular viewers would know by now.
Yeah.
So
not that we ever mention it.
No, we never mentioned DVC now. Went in September to use up the first lot of DVC points, and we had to scrimp and save and try hard to get the money for those flights. And we're just finishing paying that off, so we think we don't want to get in a habit of keep stretching everything tight to get flights. So we're not doing Florida this year. No. Because we have big plans for 2024 next year. Because it's Dan's 40th birthday next year. You young whippersnapper.
Oh, it's so old. Do we tell them at all what we're doing, or do we wait till closer to the time?
Tell them, we've already told a few people.
So the plan is, we haven't booked anything yet, obviously, because it's 2024 and we can't book it yet. But the plan is to do California and Aulani in Hawaii.
All on the same trip.
Yes.
So it'll be... Neither of us have done either of those Disney resorts before.
Yeah.
So we'd fly from here, well, UK, here.
Yeah, not from Swindon.
Yeah. We'd fly to California.
Yep.
Do 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I think it's 5 nights, I think.
Yeah. Then we'd fly from California to Hawaii, the Aulani resort. Have a few days there as well. Then.
Again, it's 5 nights there.
5 nights there. This is all your Angel. Then fly back to California for a few more days.
It's 4 nights.
4 nights. And then fly back.
Yeah.
Because you can't do a direct flight from here to Hawaii anyway.
No, I haven't found any, and it seems to be that they've all got stopovers in LAX, which if we're going to be going to California anyway, we might as well just like get off the plane and do stuff. And it then prevents us from having a really long journey, because it's like 10 something hours to California and then another 5 hours to Hawaii. So if you do that all in one day, you'd just be exhausted. We already are after flying, so...
Yeah.
None of it's booked yet. We've looked at prices and we've looked at how many DVC points, and our DVC points that we're going to bank from this year into next year will cover all of that. So yeah, that's the plan.
So it's better to not try and stretch ourselves thin by going to Disney World again this year.
Yeah. And
then roll the points over and save the money for the bigger holiday next year.
Now, some of you might ask why we went twice last year, and the reason we had to go the second time is because we were given the points from the previous year as well. And basically, if we didn't go in that year, we wouldn't have been able to use them because you can't bank them over another year. So we joined in 2022, we were given 2021's points, and we could only use them in 2022. We wouldn't have been able to bank them into this year, so that's why we had to go.
Had to force us.
It sounds really weird saying had to, but you get what I mean.
Technically, we could have not done it and lost the points, but
if we paid for them,
exactly.
So we're also planning to do more UK visits this year.
A day out at series of vlogs that we do. The first one coming up next month, because this is time of recording. This is January still, so I'm not sure what time this is going out.
January the 22nd.
So this is probably
next week's video.
Yeah. So coming up in February, we're going out to Bristol for the day with your family. Yep. For your birthday weekend. Yeah. And we're going to Bristol Aquarium.
Yeah. So we'll take you around there. Hopefully the vlog will enjoy that.
Yeah, so we've been meaning to go there for a little while anyway.
Why'd you cut my hair? Make me paranoid.
No.
You looked up at my hair.
It's a sticky out eyebrow.
No. Anyway, moving on. We are going to Bristol Aquarium.
Yeah.
It should be fun. We're not quite... Anyway. So yeah, so Bristol Aquarium with my family. which should be good.
Yeah, possibly the M Shed as well. Museum, which is a freebie, which is always nice.
We're going out for dinner at Zaza Bazaars, which is a buffet type restaurant, all you can eat. So that'll be nice.
I haven't been to yet, have you?
I haven't done that one. No. I do like an all you can eat.
I do like Bristol. There's lots of nice things to do in Bristol. And it's just down the road from us, what, 45 minute drive.
Yeah, not too bad.
Um,
And we've looked at. Sorry, were you going to say it?
no, I was just about to say the same as you.
Yeah.
Not that we're reading off a prompt or anything.
Yeah, we created a little auto prompt because normally we have like a bit of paper. I'm always doing this, so I put a presentation on the laptop screen. So just list out our points so we don't forget what we're saying. So we don't just ramble on like a load of crap like we normally do.
Yeah, it's not going to stop us rambling on.
No.
But yeah, as part of the visiting more things in the UK, we're debating which to join between either the National Trust or English Heritage.
Yeah.
There are a couple of options like Royal Horticultural Society, but that's literally just like gardens, isn't
Yeah,
it?
mainly,
We love
yeah.
gardens, but want things that we can put on the stream as well to the channel.
Yeah, want more variety.
So we're toying between National Trust or English Heritage annual membership.
Yeah.
There's a deal you've seen for one of them.
Yeah, so we collect, if you ever buy like Yo Valley products, they have codes and you can collect what they refer to as Yokens. And we've got over 1,000 of them over the years because we never use them, we just collect them. And we can get 25% off an English Heritage membership with that. So we might as well. It's I think English Heritage was £112 for a year for a joint membership, and then with like 20% off, it's 80 something. Whereas National Trust is £127 a year for a joint membership, but I can't get a discount through that. So it's just deciding whether we pay the extra to do National Trust or stick with the English Heritage. Both of them we'll enjoy,
Yeah.
but it's just figuring out which one's got more stuff near us and which one does more of what we like.
Yeah.
So
So
I-
I have to compare both websites with their list of places to go in a day's travelling distance and see which is more likely to suit us.
The thing with National Heritage is that it's a lot more stately homes and stuff like that, which is kind of good because of the weather in England isn't necessarily predictable. Whereas, I did say National Trust, didn't I? Whereas English Heritage is more about the history, so you'll get a lot of ruins and stuff like that on there. I'm not saying they don't do state homes, but so if we want to restrict ourselves to that, and bearing in mind the English weather can be quite wet and cold, it depends. So yeah, we just have to figure that out. But yeah, that's so far what we've got planned for that part. Cool. So we do actually have another trip planned this year.
Yeah, the only actual holiday we have booked so far this year is Disneyland Paris in March.
Yay.
So excited! At this current day of filming, it's only 50 days away.
Yeah.
50 days. We wanted to go in February originally for Dan's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we intend to try and do because my place of work, the annual leave is the financial year from April to March. I had a couple of days holiday left to use.
Mm-hmm.
So we had booked it in February. Then you found out that 3 friends are going in March.
Yeah.
So we've moved our whole. We discussed it with them first. Didn't want to stalk them, but
Yeah.
we thought it'd be fun to go with other people rather than just ourselves this time.
Mm-hmm.
So we've moved it from February to March, and then we thought, well, actually, if we invite our friend Will, who's never been to any Disney park yet and he absolutely loves Disney,
Yeah.
it gives him the chance to go, gives us somebody to share the cost with and the accommodation.
Yep.
So there's 3 of us going in March, meeting 3 friends out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd do our own thing as 2 separate groups, and then occasionally just meet up with the others for certain rides and meals.
Yeah, we have booked one meal with them already, which is Pim's restaurant in Avengers Campus, so that would be good.
Yeah. We wanted to go before June because that's when, as it currently stands, at least that's when they're going to stop doing the Eurostar train direct from London to the doorstep of Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Because of all the Brexit hassle and the I forget the exact reason.
I don't know the exact reason, but it's something to do with Brexit and border control and all that kind of
they
stuff.
couldn't
so-
fit the border control stuff in at the station. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't know why. But yeah, we had heard that they're going to stop the Eurostar in June, so we thought we want to get in there before then because we want to do it doorstep to doorstep at least once.
Because we haven't done it.
No, we tried doing it in December 2021
Yes.
when we went for that Disneyland Paris trip. But the train at the time wasn't going doorstep to doorstep. It went from London to whichever station is Geddenord, is it?
I think it's
Geddenord, I think. A couple of stops away, and then you had to get a couple of connecting metro trains, or it is, and on the way back at the end of the holiday, for those who've seen it, know that Dan got pickpocketed on the way back.
Yeah, we will link that series in the corner, whichever corner it is. Maybe it's that one. I can never remember, and we'll link it in the description as well, just in case you want to go back and see that series. Because that was our first Disney vlog.
Yeah, that was our first proper Disney attempt at Disney vlogging.
Yeah.
So we thought, no, we want to do it doorstep to doorstep. Then after the trains stopped running through to Disneyland Paris, we'll go back to that we did the first time in 2019, flying over. Shoot, hate flying.
I hate flying, and it's a bit more of a hassle because you have to then pay for the transfer, like an extra transfer again from the station. Pardon me, it's just in a coach, but it's not too bad. You can get I believe you can get the RER.
Yeah, the flying is cheaper.
It is.
And sort of quicker, I think.
Well, it depends, because obviously you have to be at the airport 2 hours beforehand, but you don't necessarily have to be at the train station 2 hours beforehand. I think it's an hour normally. When it was COVID time and they were bringing everything back, they told us we had to be there a couple of hours beforehand because the queues. It turns out there was no queues and we were through in like 10 minutes. But yeah, it's kind of 6 or half dozen the other sometimes. But for me, the train's more comfortable.
Yeah.
As well. You don't have to wear seatbelts. You're not crammed into a seat.
We've gone for not the box standard seating.
Standard Premier.
That's the one.
So we get some snacks on the train. Now,
and we've got a table we can also 3-sit round.
Yeah, so I've been sitting there every week checking these seats, because originally there weren't tables available. So like it would have been two of us in a two, and then one of us on the other side of the aisle. And then at one point we could get two at a table, and then one person over at another seat. And then eventually, over the weeks, people have moved, and so I've managed to book a table, put us in seats all around a 4 table. And on going out, originally it was going to be 2 of us on one side, 1 of us on the aisle, and then a random person in the window seat. But I think they've probably seen that we've moved. I put us around that table, and they've moved because that person's no longer in that window seat. So, but yeah, we like Standard Premier. We've only done it once, but we've had a good experience with it, with a proper meal. But we have seen some videos where people have only gotten like a croissant and a drink, so we'll see what we get. You'll obviously see that.
So that's March's trip sorted with our friend Will. The other loose plan we've got at the minute, we've got a week off in July.
Well, I haven't booked mine yet, but I will be able to get off. My holidays are quite easy to book. I don't have to worry. Like, I normally ask for it, and they're like, yeah, it's fine. So it's fine.
Right, I've got a week booked off.
Yes.
In July.
He's going on his own on holiday. Oh, it's for your birthday. I wouldn't let you do that.
I can go anywhere out on my own anyway.
No.
But yeah, we're potentially going to the Isle of Wight.
Yes.
Apparently I went there as a baby when I was a few months old, so I don't remember anything about it. Strange that.
I went with school. We went to one of those activity camp kind of places. You're in like a cabin. There's loads of cabins, not like a cabin in the middle of nowhere. And then we did like abseiling, archery, that type of thing. Oh, dragon boat racing.
I did one of those things at school once. A place called Hill End Camp. I don't know if it still exists or not, but yeah. But yeah, it was one of those places that we've seen other people go to. We've seen lots of programs about it over the years. Always looks really lovely over there. We thought, well, July, touch wood, would be decent weather.
Yeah.
My birthday's at the start of July, so it happens to be that weekend we've booked off, that week.
I mean, schools wouldn't have broken up yet.
Hopefully, yeah.
That's right at the beginning.
So we're looking for things to do over there. Definitely, if we do go over to Isle of Wight, we definitely want to do Osborne House.
Yes.
Because we love everything historical, and without that being linked to our family, but obviously Osborne House, Queen Victoria's home.
Well, one of the residences.
One of the residences. So we'd like to go to that and see what else. If anybody else has any recommendations for Isle of Wight, if we do go there, please let us know below.
Yeah, we've currently looked at a couple of like caravan type places, Ho seasons, and that's kind of what we're looking at. So it'll just be like a little caravan, like static caravan that we'll stay in. Nothing too glamorous, but it's fine.
It's fine with me.
Yeah.
Used to holidays and caravans and chalets as kids with family, so that's it.
Yeah, I've not really done them. I've been in caravans before, but
I suppose you're my posh totty, you do posh things.
I'm not posh. I just don't like roughing it. But yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I've been in a normal caravan. I've been like a week away in a normal caravan before, so I'll be fine in like a static caravan because it's bigger.
But no, that's July potentially sorted. We just actually need to get a deposit together and book it.
Yeah, it's deposits. Though this month we looked at everything and like, well, we don't really have enough money because you get paid before Christmas, and then you've got that whole long stint of like, you got paid after Christmas, but I got paid before, and it's like that whole long stint of to the end of January. It's a nightmare, so it's expensive.
January seems to last for 3 months when I get to it.
It does. So we haven't booked it. That's why I haven't booked anything.
No.
And then we've got my birthday next month, so we may not book much next month because again, we've got plans for that. So
yeah,
we'll see.
But on regards to other holidays,
yeah,
where we did originally have 2 weeks booked off in September for Disney World before we changed our mind, we've kept one of those weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we're toying with either Rome or Mykonos.
Yes.
Because you've been to Rome in the past with an ex.
Yeah, with my last partner.
And you want to go and make nice memories.
Yes.
I've been to Mykonos twice in the past with my first ex, and I'd like to go make nice memories with you there. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things that we each want to go somewhere we've been before with other people to show show each other what it's like there. We have looked at hotels in Mykonos and flights, but it's a bit hard. It seems a bit.
Yeah, because we don't really know. Like, we did look at like Greece in general, and it was difficult because neither of us really know Greece that much apart from you knowing Mykonos. And then we looked at Mykonos, but we couldn't really find one that really jumped out at us. But we'll look again.
So again, if you have any recommendations of places you've stayed, apartments or hotels in Mykonos, please let us know. Somewhere really nice because it's a beautiful island.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I'd like to go again somewhere.
Some of the resorts look amazing. It's just knowing whether, because like you read reviews and then sometimes you get like really bad reviews. You get loads of really good ones, and the problem is that bad reviews always taint my thought of something. That's the problem. And I don't know whether we should do like an all-inclusive thing or not. So I don't know. I've never done all-inclusive.
Mykonos has your worst nightmare. Very slight inclines and very steep inclines. Lots of walking uphill.
I was going to say which worst nightmare because I've got a lot of them. But Rome is one that I really enjoyed doing with my ex, not with him because it was him, but just it's a really nice place. And my dad lives in Italy as well, so he said that he'd probably pop down to Rome and have dinner with us as well, so it'd be nice to do that at the same time. But yeah, and we both like history, and Rome's really steeped in history. So.
Yeah, I've always loved anything to do with Rome and Egypt, all those sort of places, but never been able to get to them before.
No.
So go see the Colosseum and some of the temples and things.
The Trevi Fountain.
Or the remains of the temples, at least.
A lot of them are still standing.
Yeah, but that'd be good. So it's more likely to be Rome rather than Mykonos, but there are other options we could look at as well.
Yeah, we're not locking ourselves in yet, but that's sort of our idea of what we're doing. Yeah. Something else might jump out. It's like we might go to Canary Islands. I've looked at Canary Islands, and that's somewhere I want to go at some point as well.
Sounds good.
So it just depends.
I mean, I'd love to do Egypt one day, but I haven't checked recently. But the last time I looked, if you're gay over there, you could get stoned to death, and I'd rather not get arrested or killed or whatever for holding your hand in public by accident.
I don't know whether it's stoned, but I know that there are certain issues with gays over there in Egypt.
So I wouldn't want to support a country like that with our money.
No, we're not going to hide our sexuality to anyone. A lot of people say, just pretend that you're not gay. I'm like, well, I don't sit there and like kiss people in the street, yeah. But I don't want to have to hide my sexuality. Like if you go to a hotel room, and go, oh, no, we're not sharing a bed, because I just don't want to have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that.
Oh no, we've accidentally got a double bed. We're going to have to share. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd rather not go somewhere unless I know it accepts us, and I don't have to hide myself. I mean, we're not overtly camp really. We play up to it sometimes, but we're not overtly camp. So, but yeah, so that's kind of why we haven't done that type of thing yet. But we may do in the future. We did look at one more thing that we haven't written down: a cruise potentially this year.
Yes, we looked at cruises from Southampton to the Norwegian fjords. Yes,
specifically on Iona. Which is a P&O ferry. It's one of their, not ferry. P&O ferries and P&O cruises are two different entities, just so everyone knows, because obviously there was that issue with P&O ferries recently where they basically sacked all their staff one day and they brought in loads of contractors and people boycotted them, but P&O ferries are different from P&O cruises, two different companies. Just wanted to point that one out. Yeah, we looked, so I watched a vlog of Brogan Tate's And she went on Iona to the Norwegian fjords, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. And she stayed in a really nice room which has got a conservatory suite, which is like, it's got like a separation of a separate room for like a sitting room, but it's got like glass doors. It feels like you're sat in a conservatory before you go out onto the balcony. So potentially doing that, we're not sure.
And we have a friend who's been on it as well.
Yeah.
My friend, hi Shona, and
If you're watching.
her daughter, also called Iona.
Yes.
They went on the Iona for holiday, I think it was last year.
I can't remember.
And they said how beautiful it was, and so they had such a great time on there. So we thought, yeah, that sounds. Yeah. It's nice to have somebody we actually physically know that's been over there on that particular cruise ship. So yeah,
she's done that cruise as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's either September's likely to either be the cruise or Rome.
Yeah, these things may change. It's like subject.
If it turns out that the cruise is better in July, we could always do that and do Isle of Wight in September. The weather would be getting a bit colder, but we're used to that in the UK anyway. So.
Yeah, we live in the UK, so
yeah,
so cold at the moment.
Yeah, it's currently freezing out. It was a frost last night.
It was minus something. I don't know what it is now, but it's been minus something pretty much all day.
Yes, the conservatory plants are hating it. It's like an icebox out there.
Yeah.
But that leaves 4 or 5 days. 5 days holiday. So we might end up with a Christmas holiday.
Yeah. We don't know where yet. We're kind of like just thinking about it. But possibly Disneyland Paris again.
Back to Disneyland Paris again for Christmas, maybe.
We like to be in there.
Probably the two of us that time, maybe.
Yeah.
Because we'll have a few DVC points left, Vacation Club points, which can only be used, I think, in the no. I would say it can only be used in the hotel over the entrance, but
no.
But no, it can be used in most of them.
Disneyland Hotel isn't open yet, so
it's still refurbing. Isn't it?
So it's Sequoia, Newport Bay, and Hotel New York are the ones that you can use it in. You can't use it in the.
I'll go out on Marvel. Yeah. Can't we've always we've been doing it a couple of times, but we've stayed in Hotel Cheyenne, and we love it there. Lovely hotel, but you can't use DVC points in that one.
No.
So we could go somewhere else instead. Maybe the Forest of Dean was a nice winter holiday a couple of years ago.
The only thing that I will say is the points that we would use at Disneyland Paris, say DLP, so it's like right is short, can only be used this year now, like because they are 2020, the remainder of 2022's points that we banked into this year. So if we don't use them this year, they're gone. There's only like 30 something points.
Yeah, there's about 30, which I think pays for like one night.
Yeah,
that's one night paid for, and you've only got to pay for another 1 or 2 nights, and you've got a nice weekend away. Yeah. So that's the sort of rough plans of holidays / days out. If anybody has any other ideas for things in the sort of Wiltshire-ish area that would make nice days out that you want us to see, we're happy to have suggestions. We've done Legoland Windsor, we've done Marwell Zoo, Cotswold Wildlife Park, London Zoo, Whipsnade Zoo. Yeah, we do like see them in the list on our playlist. So
again, we'll link that playlist in the description below.
Okay. But yeah, so that's the sort of, as far as plans for trips and holidays go, as far as we've got at the moment.
Yep.
But we are, as you said, thinking of other things that we want to do.
So we are branching out slightly that are not holiday related things.
Because as anybody who's seen, it's just like our home vlogs and just talking in general now, we are quite arty and crafty and like making and doing things like that. So we've been debating about doing an Etsy store, haven't we? Doing some craft things.
Yep.
Because we like making the things, but then we don't know what to do with it all. There's only so many things you can give to the family for Christmas and birthdays before they go, not more handmade stuff by Bob and Dan. So yeah, you spent yesterday making some handmade cards, Valentine's cards.
Let me just fetch some of them all.
Yeah, so you spent yesterday making some handmade cards. You've got your little handmade die cutters and stuff.
Yeah. Some Valentine's Day cards that I've made yesterday.
Pictures on our Instagram yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
They're simple, but I needed to start out sort of simple and easy. It's a blank on the inside, just white cards. They'll have like our logo on the back when we put the stickers on it. But yeah, just some little cards that we made. That I made.
So we did resin. We like resin work, painting, card making, jewellery, cross stitch. So we just thought, well, let's actually make use of all the stuff that we've got. You can't really see it from this angle, but the top shelf of all these bookcases behind us have got cardboard boxes on them, all very nicely stacked away. All our
Like white cardboard boxes, like filing type boxes.
IKEA jobbies. So all of our stuff's up there. We thought, well, it's actually to make the things that we've got and then put them on Etsy. See if anybody wants to buy anything. They may not, but we'll enjoy making it. So
Might make some money.
Yeah, you've had quite a bit of interest on the few card posts you've done so far. Those cards.
Yeah, make some money and it'll fuel our Disney addiction. So,
or pay for entrance to a day out somewhere for us for the vlog.
So watch out for Pup and Bear Crafts.
Yeah. But no, that'd be a bit of fun. Something to do.
Yeah. Something different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about it really, isn't it? That's all I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. So it's just a short little video this.
Short.
Well, I say short, I haven't edited it yet, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, just we've had a few friends asking, what are you doing this year then, what are your plans? We thought, well actually yeah, let's just do that in the video.
Might as well.
Yeah. So
Content.
yeah. So there we go. That is our, as it stands at the moment, plans for 2023.
Yeah.
This coming year.
Yeah, and we'll update you more on 2024's plans when we get into that year, obviously.
Or at least at the end of this year when we book it.
Yeah.
But as for each of the things we mentioned, the other holidays and that, when it gets to those ones and they've been booked, we'll do like, oh, this is our plans for this particular holiday, this is our plans for Disneyland Paris, this is our plans for...
Yeah, if they're for a proper holiday, if it's just like a day out, then we'll maybe just mention it on a post, so you can... And talking of posts, where can they find us?
On here, obviously, YouTube, if you'd be so kind as to like the video if you've liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already, please. Be very nice. Please. How can you say no? Just terrific little face. On Instagram, TikTok,
Yep.
Twitter. We have a Facebook group, and you can find us on pupandbeartravels.co.uk or .com.
Yep, you can do.
There's a little bit of bio of us on there, and links to all the other social medias that we've just mentioned.
If you like to be nosy and know about people, there's a whole About Us section that you can read our story.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's everything then.
Yes.
So thank you very So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.